Good afternoon. My name is Nisa Nisi Pisa, and as a human being, I have to wear clothes almost all the time. Let's talk about that.
But wait, before we get into this, we just need to pause for a brief message from our sponsor.
The sponsor is me asking if you guys think that this outfit needs a necklace. So I'm just gonna put the necklace on and then you'll tell me what you think. Is that better? I like it, but I don't know. Is it busy? I feel like it's busy. What do you guys think? I made a TikTok quite a while ago, basically assigning awards for different articles of clothing and things of that nature that people who are plus sized and fat and chubby and big boned and tall like me have probably had to deal with at some point in their life. For example, the award for Best Adapted Screenplay goes to Tankinis. We wanted bikinis, we didn't get bikinis, but we did get you. Thanks, I guess. I think that there are so many articles of clothing that we build these like consistent relationships with, and I would like to shout them out for their achievements. Although not all these awards are positive. It's like if the Oscars and the Razzies were the same award show, which many people, I don't know if it's many people, but it's definitely me, think should be the case. Everybody suffers at the same time. YouTube has a like button and a dislike button. So why should award shows not follow that same logic? I'm gonna start with something pretty simple. The square silk scarf. This is her walking to the stage. I'm not gonna do this with every single article of clothing. This is just a vintage Longchamp scarf that I bought in Paris, so I'm bragging. Beautiful, elegant, and chic, whether they're worn on the hair as a casual accent to an updo, or fashionably tied onto the handle of a purse. As a Black woman, I have a very deep, sophisticated relationship with scarves like these. I'm often told by my fellow Black sistren how easy and fun it is to wear these on my hair, to sleep with them on my hair. And yet, that joy lasts but a fleeting, ephemeral moment, because these don't stay on my fucking head. Oh wait, that's sick. Should I keep this on the whole time? Do I look adorable? The award that silk scarves received today is the most not worth the opportunity cost to put it on accessory. Because I'm spending my time origamiing this piece of fabric on top of my head, only for me to think too hard and it slides right off. And I get it. I appreciate something that slides off easily. I get that that's not necessarily a failure of design. I appreciate that it slides off easily because it means it's not grabbing onto my hair and mussing it up as it leaves my head. But the fact of the matter is it's still leaving. And if I put it on, I think I'd want it on for longer than 1 business minute. But it's an addiction that I can't break. For the 5 seconds that it's on your head, it looks real nice. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Lucille Ball. I look so cute. You guys know me. I'm woke. I care about, like, liberal stuff. I do. It's very important to me. I started college in 2012 at Sarah Lawrence, of all places. It's basically a training camp to become a social justice warrior. And brother, I was reporting for duty on a daily basis. And that's why I am so filled with pride to announce to you the recipient of this afternoon's award for commitment to equity and inclusion, to my close personal friend. Earrings. When earrings wake up in the morning, they don't ask themselves, what can people do to fit into me? They instead ask, what can I do to fit into people? Earrings don't care about what your body looks like. Earrings don't care about how much your stomach protrudes. They don't care about if you have a double chin. They don't care about if you have a concave chest. They don't care about if you have varicose veins or if your legs are too skinny. Earrings don't care how big or small your fingers are, how big or small your neck is, or your wrists. All earrings ask is this. Hey girl, is there a hole over there? Is your lobe virgin? And guess what? If the answer is yes, earrings are such a gentleman that they don't even mind. Clip-on earrings exist. You don't even have to stab a hole through your sensitive, meaty little lobes. I'm pretty sure when I got my ears pierced when I was 13, the piercer Claire's described my earlobes as meaty. Or at the very least, thick. These earrings in question are from Meadwell or Anthropology or, I don't know, girl, one of those like nursing major stores, you understand. Our next award of the afternoon is Excellence in Deception. And it's being bestowed on an article of clothing that more so than anything else has the power to literally bring human beings as close to shape-shifting as possible. The oversized hoodie. Oversized hoodies do a lot for us. They're warm, they're big, you can put your entire body inside of one. They go with most outfits. You can build an outfit around an oversized hoodie, especially in recent years as athleisure has become embraced, as constantly looking like you've just finished doing a 12-hour charity stream on Twitch has become a desired aesthetic among the youth and adults alike. The oversized hoodie is more powerful now than it ever has been, but it has been powerful. When I originally made the TikTok video on which this video is based, I awarded sweatshirts Excellence in Deception under a bit of a specific condition. Tying a sweatshirt around your waist, 11-year-old me thanks you deeply for your service. Now, if this has never been a part of your adolescence, I salute you. But if it has been, I salute you with both hands, soldier. When I was young and chubby and insecure, and every thought I had that wasn't about Algebra 1 or the Jonas Brothers was about desperately trying to not look fat in my clothes, tying a hoodie around my waist was my ace in the hole. I would put together an outfit, despise how it looked, and realize there was one thing, and one thing only, that I could do to make myself look more normal. Take a hooded sweatshirt, tie it around my waist, not even my waist, my stomach, the chubbiest part of myself, and pull as tight as I treated hooded sweatshirts like corsets. It was so sad. And what was even sadder was like how effective I thought it was. And in hindsight, I'm so glad it was effective because it let me feel a little bit of confidence. I never felt confident when I was that age. It's hard enough now as a beautiful adult woman, you know? Girl, I would feel like Beyonce in the Irreplaceable video. As soon as I was done cinching myself into that sweatshirt, didn't matter what I was wearing. The sweatshirt was magic. It made me feel gorgeous. It gave me the power to participate in class. It gave me the power to talk to my crushes. It gave me the power to think about things that weren't my body. And for that, I can't thank sweatshirts enough. This seems like a kind of video that I would write a script for. I haven't. I'm shooting off the cuff like I'm Dirty Harry. Our next award is one of my personal favorites. The award for Best Modern Anachronism goes to the square neckline. As you can see, I myself am absolutely an aficionado. Every single time I see a square neckline, I do start to think a little bit about like the 1500s, the Mona Lisa. I think about like Caravaggio. I'm gonna be like mixing art periods here. You don't have to tell me, by the way. God forbid you mix up Renaissance, Rococo, and Baroque. People start breaking into your house and lighting stuff on fire. Art history freaks are the scariest people alive. A square neckline is always gonna remind me of paintings in a museum. It's gonna remind me of like a classic, just like, you know those like old dresses where like the boobs were just like literally up here. I think cleavage really elevates most outfits. I love boobs. I feel secure like this. If someone looked down at my chest while I was wearing a shirt like this, or even if I had it like just a little more borderline, you know, like just a little, right? And they looked down at my chest, I'd be like, good. And I love how a square neckline accentuates it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's romantic. And in my opinion, the best part of a square neckline with certain garments, not everything you can do this with, but when you can hit them with like one of these, yeah, just give them a little like romantic shoulder. I love any neckline that's gonna make me look a little bit like an extra from Les Miserables. I just wanna look like I'm in the background, one of those big group shots. I'm like up on a pile of wooden chairs about to be lit on fire in the promenade. I'm like semi-wrapped up in a French flag. Like I have a torch in one hand, I'm holding a baby in my other arm, and my boobs look great. That's my dream. That's what I want to look like every day. And every single time I wear a square neckline, I feel a little bit closer to that. Next up, I'm gonna harken back to my ever-present desire to be a social justice warrior. And I'm gonna spend this next segment sticking up for the little guy. Our award for least deserved public lashing is being bestowed upon peplums. I get it. I understand. Peplums have existed in many different forms over the years, but they had a big moment during probably the worst time to have had a big moment, which was the mid-2010s. Peplums weren't just a micro trend of the 2010s. Peplums cared about us. Peplums had a story to tell, and more importantly, a population they were defending. And that population was people who were insecure about their stomachs, girl. As if we don't have it hard enough. I only ever had one article of clothing with a peplum on it. It was a skirt that I bought at a secondhand store that I only remember wearing one time while doing an all-nighter my sophomore year at Sarah Lawrence for my literature class. I had to write a paper on Ulysses, and I hadn't read any of Ulysses, and I was making it up on the spot. I think I wrote things in that essay that didn't even happen in the book, and for that I do want to apologize to James Joyce. But not like all that sincerely, because he was a little freak and he knows what he did. They weren't all ugly. Sometimes peplums looked cute. I have to engage in some low-hanging fruit for a second and issue probably the most obvious award of the night, which is just the fucking worst article of clothing. And that goes to jeans. I'm not saying jeans look bad. If I thought jeans looked bad, I wouldn't own 1 million pairs of them. Do you want to know why I own 1 million pairs of jeans? And by 1 million, I mean like 7. It's because jeans make it their mission in life to not fit on my body in a way that feels good or makes logical sense. I have to have lots of pairs of jeans because jeans, they don't want to work with me. I would love to be like a cowboy, you know? I would love to have one single pair of jeans that I wear every single day when I go out into the fields, when I ride hard on my horse, as I'm in the saloon chatting up Miss Kitty. I'm solving mysteries while I'm herding and branding and eating beans and kissing my bros, right? But I'm not a cowboy. I'm just a very soft, squishy lady. And sometimes jeans that I put on in the morning and have them fit perfectly will be 2 sizes too big by the end of the day. Sometimes I'll put on a pair of jeans and realize halfway through the day that even though they are pants, they're rubbing against my inner thighs in a way that is somehow worse than regular chub rub. Sometimes I put on a pair of jeans that are long enough for me, and halfway through the day I realize they've let themselves get eaten by my inner thighs so much that they're 3 inches too short. Sometimes I'll spend hundreds of dollars on a pair of jeans, and then I'll gain 1 pound, and those jeans will say, "You fat bitch. What have you done?" I hate jeans, but I need them because without jeans, I could never just put on a t-shirt and jeans, an outfit that looks good on every living person. Actually, scratch that. I'm sure it looks good on dead people too. There's also the fact that buying jeans is second only to buying bathing suits in terms of emotional violence. Buying jeans makes me feel like I'm some sort of pack animal or cattle. Something with hooves trying to sew a tear in delicate fabric. Like imagine, if you will, a cow, a moo cow, trying to sew up a little hole in a sweater using a regular person-sized needle and thread. But that means they have to thread the needle, they have to put a little knot at the end of it, they have to sew back and forth in whatever misguided stitch I happen to be using. And they, you know, they have to like pull it taut and do a little knot at the end. All of the steps that are involved in sewing. Imagine a cow, a real, literal, like Baby Bell cheese cow with udders and hooves trying to do that. That's how I feel when I have to try on jeans. Actually, it's how I feel when I have to put on jeans that I own, girl. I have this one pair of Abercrombie jeans that look amazing on me. Case in point, I love those jeans. They have no stretch to them whatsoever. When I put them on, I have to make peace with the fact that some pound and a half of fat somewhere on my lower body is gonna feel out of sorts for the entire day because those jeans are holding it hostage in a particular orientation that does not feel natural. I hate it. Oh, but they look so good. Hey, they look good with every conceivable article of clothing. There's no shirt that you can't wear jeans with. They're perfect and they suck. They're like Pisces men. Anyway. Glamour puss, pull ourselves together. Moving on. While we're talking about denim, I would like to issue a sub award, a small award, a little tiny baby award. Because it's already going to the Denim Coalition, I don't want to make this its own thing, like there's any structure to this at all. I would like to issue the certificate for excellence in versatility to a controversial figure. The full-length denim skirt. 15 years ago, the full-length denim skirt would be something you'd only see on a particular type of religious fundamentalist, right? Possibly paired with lower back length, split end bridled hair in a mousy brown or blonde shade. Perhaps proximity to a horse. Perhaps a wide-eyed distrust of the modern era. But look at full-length denim skirts now. They've had a complete style revival. And religious fundamentalists are still wearing them. And I think that that's a very impressive commitment to staying around. That's the kind of stick-to-itiveness, of survivability you only see in organisms like cockroaches and tardigrades. And full-length denim skirts. And I salute them for it. Next up, the award for most persistent thorn in my side goes to an article of clothing that I thought we were done with as a society, as a species. As a millennial, I endeavor not to ever pick a fight with Gen Z because they just don't deserve it. Functionally, everything that millennials ever criticize Gen Z for is based off of our own panic about getting older. Gen Z is a memento mori for millennials. We were the youngest generation that people talked about for a while, and then overnight it seemed we were old and out of touch, and there was a new group of kids in town. And for a lot of people, that was scary. It was scary to go online and already feel old and dusty because we were in our early 30s or approaching such, to see cool young kids literally calling us like old fogies and validating all of our fears. I get it. I don't really feel that desire to criticize Gen Z because I have beautiful skin still, so I don't really have to worry about aging. And also, a lot of them are my audience, so I would just be shooting myself in the foot from a career perspective. That's why my commitment to the generation war discourse has been to make fun of my fellow millennials. As you may or may not be aware, the article of clothing I was talking about is Crocs. I think Crocs are ugly, and it annoys me that they're like quirkily popular now. Actually, I think we have to go a little further back in time than that. It's not now that Crocs are quirky. They're normal again now. They were quirky like 5 years ago. I would target the real turning point as that Balenciaga Crocs collab. If it wasn't Balenciaga, I'm gonna be so embarrassed, but I don't feel like looking it up. I have to look it up. You guys, it was Balenciaga. I'm so smart. I don't like them. I don't think they're comfortable. I don't think they look good with anything. I don't care how stylish and fashionable you are, and I don't care how well put together your outfit is. If you wear it with Crocs, I personally don't like it, which is fine because who am I? We gotta get a little sacrilegious for this next one. This is the award for most unintentionally sexually attractive article of clothing. Many of the panel of judges wanted to give it to sundresses. Everyone thinks sundresses are sexy. They have a whole season that people joke about, sundress season, when women are just walking around, just jiggling in their dresses, and it's fun for a lot of people. And I was gonna give it to sundresses. I was literally about to turn my camera back on and film a whole jokey segment about sundresses that I was gonna make up as I was going along. I'm literally making all of this up as I go along, girl. I'm turning off my camera between all these sections and just sort of sitting on my computer for several minutes thinking of something else to say. Like I said, off the cuff. But I was on TikTok and I saw something that changed my mind. And the thing in question was a clip from The Exorcist, the film. The horror film, if you're not familiar. Not to be confused with the children's film, The Exorcist. And I realized that I would be doing myself a disservice by giving the award to sundresses, when the actual more deserving recipient of most unintentionally sexually attractive article of clothing, girl, it's priest outfits. Something about seeing a man in robes of this nature with that little collar. It sends us into a little frenzy, doesn't it? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll provide some examples. The example that did it for me was I think he's Greek priest from The Exorcist, this hottie. I was so sad when he got possessed at the end of the movie and died. Not only is he he like sacrificed himself, he got himself possessed and threw himself out a window and fell down a flight of stairs. Any man that would do that for you is a catch. And it's even more attractive if he's doing it while dressed up like a priest. I mean, he was a priest, but you know, the outfit is still the outfit, right? Probably the most well-known example of a hot priest from recent years is the character Hot Priest, portrayed by Andrew Scott from Fleabag. Would you like some other examples? Boom. Young Pope, Jude Law. David Tennant in whatever this show is. David Tennant, Inside Man. Hamish Linklater, Midnight Mass. That's off the dome, girl. I just knew those examples. I don't think I have to spend a ton of time explaining something that everybody already knows what I'm talking about, right? It's not like I have to sit here talking about how the sky is blue. We know. Priests, in some circumstances, are hot. What is understood doesn't need to be explained. Let's move on. Hello? Yes? Yes? Oh, good heavens. Well, thank you for calling. Bye. That was the FCC. We're being taken off the air. Thank you guys so much for attending the first annual Clothing Awards. If you would like to follow me on other websites, I'm on Tumblr at PickleFan2002, and I'm on TikTok at Nisi Pizza. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Goodbye.